Hi, my name is Lakita Scott. I'm the owner and operator of Cotton's Place, located at 310 South 52nd Street, Philadelphia, PA. We're directly across the street from the A Plus gas station between Spruce and Pine. We started back in 1991. It was started by my parents, Gail and Terry Scott. We first started out as like a hoagie shop slash steak shop. And then throughout the years, we advanced on to adding other items to the list, like salads, rice dishes, more steaks, similar to like our salmon cheesesteak or lamb cheesesteak. And then we also became like a big staple in the community, especially amongst the Muslim community. Being as though my dad had a lot of Muslim friends. And at first when we started out, we did sell like a lot of pork products and stuff like that. But eventually moving along with my dad's friends and like all the Muslims and stuff that started coming in, we eventually switched over to all halal eatery. I got into the business around 2012 when my dad started getting really sick. And I noticed that my mom needed a lot of help. The store, a lot of people may not know or don't know, it really wasn't my passion. Real estate was my passion. I was in the process of buying houses with one of my dad's good friends. And I also was a full-time college student majoring in marketing at Temple University. And then once my dad got sick, I wound up stepping into the business full-time to help my mom out, to relieve some of the stress that she was bearing with taking care of my dad and also dealing with the store. And so eventually it became my thing. I did graduate from college with a bachelor's degree in marketing and a minor in business. And from there, it just went up. It prospered. Unfortunately, in 2013, we lost my dad. And it was really rough around that time, like after he passed away. Running a business full time, still dealing with the, like trying to deal with the grief of running a business on top of, like having to actually, like take care of my mom too, because my parents were together since they were 16 years old. So they were together for a really long time. So seeing my mom, going through the change without her mate in that period, really like broke me into pieces. But like you see, we're still going. I did change the name. At first, we were called Family Variety and Deli, which my dad coined because it was a family-run business, and he had like a lot of his family in here. His mother, my mom's mom, he had his sister, his cousin. So it was really like a family ran business. But in 2014, I changed the name to Cotton's Place, which was named after him and his legacy. A lot of people don't know where Cotton's came from. Some people think that it is my dad's name, but it's actually his nickname from when he played basketball for the West Philadelphia Speed Boys in high school. And they nicknamed him Cotton because they said that every time my dad shot the ball and it hit the net, it sounded like cotton when the ball went into the net. So that's actually where we got the name Cotton's Place from. And a lot of people always called it Cotton's anyway. So when I sat down and had the conversation with my mom to actually take it over and to rename it, we were like, what would be the perfect name for the business? And we both came up with Cotton's because that's what they called it anyway. Like, hey, let's go to Cotton's to get some cheesesteaks or something like that. So that was like the perfect name to name the business. Also, like I felt like just hearing people just say the name, like let's go to Cotton's, like it was just a wonderful thing, like just to hear. So throughout the years, like some of our main dishes have become our salmon cheesesteaks, which we started, I want to say maybe like 10, 12 years ago. And a lot of people come here to get their salmon cheesesteaks because you can really customize your salmon cheesesteak to however you want it. You can add broccoli, spinach, shrimp, cranberries, all kinds of sauces. Another one of our popular dishes is our General Toast fried rice. It's kind of like a take on your like your neighborhood Chinese store, but we use all fresh white meat to make the rice dish. A lot of people come here for our desserts. Like we have banana pudding, homemade strawberry pudding, homemade or homemade cakes and stuff like that. We also carry like homemade juices from one of the sisters that come in and makes the juices and stuff like that. And then a lot of people sometimes, like they still frequent us because of just our customer service. I strive for great customer service because, sometimes as being a small owned, black owned business, we always get like a bad rep when it comes to customer service. So my number one goal is to try and strive for great customer service when it comes to my customers coming in, dealing with my cooking staff if they have to, and also dealing with my cashiers at the front. Back in 2018, we purchased a food truck. So we also have a food truck that's available for rent if you're having like a party, like any type of party, whether it's a baby shower, wedding reception, or just any kind of party where you want to turn up, have fun. We have that available for rent. We also offer catering services. Our catering services consist of breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then we also have pickup and drop off for our trays. So with our food truck, we do like big events around the city. I actually just did Lincoln Spring Fling, and it's a 3-day event. And that event is crazy. I've been doing that since 2019. I usually do their Spring Fling, and I also do their homecoming. Sometimes you can find us at your local night markets, like some of the big festivals that go on between the spring and the summer around the city. I just want to say thank you to like the people that, my old customers that's coming in, also my new customers that frequent, seeing like some of the new faces that come to the door because they might have seen us on TikTok, or they might have seen us on Instagram, because we have had some influencers come in and post our food and stuff like that. You know, come in and inquire about the food that they had. So it's really, really great seeing like a lot of the new faces, and it's especially good when we see like the old faces, especially like some of our customers that might come in from out of town, like whether it's New York, North Carolina, and their first stop is us to take back a cheesesteak to their family, or they just order like a big meal because they want to take it back because they know they're not coming back here no time soon. So I just want to thank everybody, whether you're old, whether you're new, customers, just for coming in, just to support us. Because being in business since 1991 and sustaining it for this long is very, very hard for some people. And being young and taking over the business and not really knowing the ins and out of the business sometimes can be very, very hard and very, very stressful. So I just want to thank everybody that still comes in, still supports, whether you spread the word, whether you came in and purchased something. Like, I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. So I think in the next 5 to 10 years, I see myself kind of like wanting to like pivot just a little bit, maybe getting into like catering, like corporate catering contracts and stuff like that. A lot of people also sometimes come in and ask, hey, why don't you serve breakfast no more? And, you know, like a lot of times it's hard. Like, as anybody know right now, it's kind of, you know, like hard to find good, reliable employees. But I would definitely like to branch off in to serving breakfast. The community itself has definitely changed throughout the years. Like I said, my parents grew up around here. Like, my dad literally grew up on the next block over from the store. My mom grew up like 2 blocks over from the store. So again, they've been here like literally their whole childhood was based like in this area. To see the area diversifying and stuff like that is definitely a good thing. I definitely would like for it to continue to diversify. It's definitely a beautiful thing to see a lot of small owned businesses, a lot of Black owned businesses come into the community. I definitely welcome all of them into the community. You know, like we do have like, you know, like a lot of competition sometimes with the, you know, like your neighborhood bodegas and stuff like that. So I just say that, you know, like if you guys are out here, please definitely stop past, support some of these small owned businesses. Come in, try the food, you know, spread the word, stuff like that, you know, like get it out there to other people, you know, like in different neighborhoods, like, hey, you know, stop in West Philadelphia and try this store, not just Cotton's Place, but other restaurants and stuff up here. So I also like just think of my customers. I just want to think like the support of like my friends and my family. You know, like sometimes being a business owner, we tend to get caught up in, you know, like our daily like life running a business. And, you know, I have a young child. So sometimes, you know, like my life is surrounded by this business, making sure that my employees are straight, making sure that my business is running good. And also just, you know, making sure my child is straight. And sometimes we tend to fall off the mat when it comes to friends, sometimes, you know, like family, you know, outings and stuff like that. But I just want to thank my friends for just supporting me. Whether it's reposting something, whether it's coming in, purchasing food and stuff like that, whether it's just calling to check on me to make sure I'm right, because some days I'm not okay. I always tell a business owner, you can give yourself a day where you have like a breakdown or you burst into tears and stuff like that. Because trust me, I've had those moments, and I just want to, like thank those girlfriends that was on the other end of the phone that listened to me, like in tears, like I don't know what to do. So as a small business owner, trust me, it's not easy. I don't, just because it may look perfect on the outside, trust me, sometimes on the inside, it gets very hard and it's definitely very stressful. But if you guys happen to catch this video, definitely please stop past, come see us, come try some of our good food. Right now we have $10 specials going on, like with our rice dishes, with our buffalo wings and stuff like that. So definitely come in. We're open Monday through Saturday. Our hours Monday through Friday are 11 to 7. Our hours on Saturday are from 12 to 7. We're also available on DoorDash and Uber Eats and Grubhub. You can also follow our pages. We're on Facebook under Cotton's Place. Instagram, we're Cotton's Place, and then we also have a page for our food truck, which is Cotton's on the Go. So again, please stop past, check us out if you're ever in the neighborhood, and tell a friend to tell a friend. Thank you.